Happy Sunday. This is Bobby and JJ Radio. We have Mr. Dax Moreno from Geekdom hanging out with us. First of all, thanks for hanging out with us.
Happy to be here.
And coming all the way from downtown Geekdom. So talk about Geekdom a little bit. We're members. I know a lot of people
have members-only jackets, by the way.
Yeah, but that was way before Geekdom ever happened. And no, I have a hoodie. I got actually a good Geekdom hoodie that I sport all the time. But
I store my T-shirt.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, I'd like to hear that.
And nothing else. But so talk about Geekdom. What is it? How did it come to be? Why is it so important?
Yeah, so Geekdom was founded about 5 years ago by Graham Weston and Nick Longo. And it's essentially a co-working space. The original intent of it was to just basically fly a flag in San Antonio for the technical community that was coming out of not just Rackspace, but some of the other areas around software development,
sure.
Website development, and other things that entrepreneurs were wanting to talk about. And there was a really big push and kind of cry out from the community to say, we need a place to get together.
Right.
And in a very cool way, Graham and Nick got together, got a space in the Weston Center, and kind of flew out the flag for Geekdom and said, all geeks welcome, come here, congregate, hang out, and see if you guys can build some cool stuff. And what that turned into was a co-working space.
Sure.
And
it's a cool space.
Oh, it's really cool. The Weston Center was an awesome start.
Right.
And there's a really funny story that Lorenzo Gomez sometime can tell you around him and Graham walking downtown. Graham asking him a very easy question, which was, "Hey, we have a lot of people now. Do you think we can actually fill up a building?" And Lorenzo said, "Yeah, I think we can actually fill the building up." And he said, "Great, I just bought that one right there. So
nice.
Get cracking."
Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now at the Rand building downtown.
Friend now. I want to be Graham's friend. I never have conversations like that with Bobby ever.
No, and they took that building, and like when we went, it was like a floor, and then they said they were expanding, and so now you have your own building.
Code Up, which is we're going to talk to you a little bit later. They got a floor, I think. Google's in there. I'm only allowed in like 2 floors where.
Yeah, we had to give you the secure access one.
Right.
We were told to only allow you. I think you told us
I can't believe you forgave me for all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, he can go most places if there's not kids under 12. Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yeah, and it's far enough from a school, so we're good. So, but it was kind of like created because you're looking for a competition, right? Like I remember talking to Lorenzo when he came on a year or 2 ago, and before it was just Rackspace here. And
That's right.
So if you're in the Northeast or in San Diego or somewhere cooler, San Antonio, you would never even come down here because if you didn't make it at Rackspace, it was kind of like you were dead in the water. But now Geekdom has kind of created what I feel like is like a tech movement here in San Antonio. We put us on the map a little bit, and we're going to talk to David about Tech Block, and we're going to talk about Code Up and some other stuff. But it's changing. Like San Antonio is different now.
Man, it really is. And I'm a native San Antonian. I was born and raised here, and I grew up ostensibly, I guess, at Rackspace during those formative years. And I saw a lot of that. Rackspace was one of the very few places where you can have a good, well-paying job in a technical industry and gain some additional knowledge and experience that could be applied elsewhere at other big, larger markets. And, what I liken it to when I chat with people is it's no different than the way Amazon influenced Seattle, right? Once Jeff Bezos got started and that money and that success started permeating this culture of the technology community there. And it inspired people to go out and be entrepreneurs, start their own thing. And I think Rackspace and specifically, Graham Weston played a really, really large part in inspiring a lot of those members of that community to get together.
Sure.
And Geekdom became the place where, they started forming up, starting businesses, and really it's created an entirely new wave of momentum that we see today. There's lots of big
because
stuff
before
in
it was
the
just
news.
like if you're going to go to Texas for tech, it's going to be Austin.
For sure.
And now San Antonio is kind of a new spot where you're seeing a boom in it. So that's good for San Antonio.
I'm sure there'll be a hologram because not a statue of Graham Weston somewhere. Yeah. So let's go. So is it only for technical people?
No. So I think that's a pretty big misconception.
Right.
Is Geekdom, you hear that and you think geek. I always tell people there's geeks in everything. There's geeks in pop culture. There's finance geeks. There's all kinds of stuff
there's
that you can do.
Geeks like JJ.
Mariachi
I know a lot.
Can we hear a good?
It's a lot. That's paid. Like the Let's Get It Ready to Rumble.
There you go.
Yeah, I get paid per grito. So what about So what is the co-working?
Yeah,
because it's kind of forcing geeks to hang out.
It is, and what's funny is that's not their natural temperament.
For sure.
Yeah, they're mostly independent. They don't really seek out that kind of social engagement. But really, again, because it's Geekdom, it's actually a collection of folks that have a lot of things already in common.
Right.
There's this kind of shared sense of community, which we're really lucky to have here in San Antonio already. when that kind of happens. With San Antonians in general, we're good people. We like hanging out and being social. I think that's why Fiesta is such a fun thing to come to.
Right.
But from a technical standpoint in that community, getting developers and that type of personality together, we've actually had a lot of great success because everyone already knows that they can have a good time together. They can really enjoy it, and there's kind of kindred spirits that kind of go on there. So they can collaborate easier, share a lot more kind of conversations, and have a lot more fun.
It's easy to join. It's $50 a month. I'm actually a member. So
the campus it's amazing. It's just, if no one's ever been, like it's like going somewhere where you can hang out, you can lounge. It's just a great environment. I really like being there.
There's a I'll say it later. All right, so Small Business Festival. Let's talk about that right before we take a break here. So what is it? When does it happen? Why is it so important?
Yeah, so May 1st through the 5th, we are having the San Antonio Small Business Festival. It's our first annual. Geekdom has partnered with Launch SA, the City and County Economic Development Foundation, and their groups, and a few other key partners like Maestro Center and the Chamber of Commerce to put on this week-long event in celebration of Small Business Week. And for us, what we're going to do is we want to be able to show San Antonians there's a ton of resources out there for them to start small businesses, not just technical startups. So it's going to be throughout the city. There's key areas and venues downtown in the Maestro Center, the Launch SA campus. The Geekdom Event Center is hosting an evening on Monday, May 1st that I'm actually going to be a moderator for on a panel with some innovative small business owners that have been in the news recently.
Awesome. So thanks again for hanging out with us, Dax.
Happy to do it.
Hang out. We're going to talk to Tech Block here in a little bit. You can check out anything about Geekdom at their Twitter at Geekdom, or go to geekdom.com. They're all over social media. Take a quick break, talk to our show sparks. Be right back with Bobby and JG Radio.